in an effort to try and find a place out of the wind, I'm actually in a little corner up against a rock face. It goes up for miles, so I'm hoping nothing falls down from above. Yeah, so when you, this one's going to be a bit deep, and for those of you who are watching it for the first time, you might want to go back and just have a little look through my thing. They're all going to be sort of interconnected. I know you guys get a lot of it anyway. You wouldn't even be press and play if you didn't sort of get the line of thought that I'm going down and what I'm saying. So, you know, the last one I did called Insights, I think it was called, where I mentioned that something had come to me in the night, as it often does. You know, you go to sleep with questions or, you know, the right thought process, and you just wake up and things happen. And that's usually in witching hour. Not always, but usually. Probably when the human consciousness on your part of the planet is at rest, so you get clearer insights. Do you get what I mean? This is probably where witching hour actually come from, when everybody's asleep, and you finally get a better connection without the haze of everything that's going on around. It's not something I thought about before until I mentioned it the other day, and it was just like, oh yeah, of course. But yeah, anyway, and in part of those insights was that I said that I was warned or told, I don't know what if it would be warned, but sort of told that the first sign of this event, this was the words, the first sign of this event will be multiple car accidents, way above what would normally happen. And I've been thinking on that so much, because event, well, you know, you can't look in a dictionary and look what event means, because when this connection happens, it's trying to it gives you words from your understanding. You can't go and look in a dictionary and say, oh, event means da 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 da, so it could be this, this, and this, because as we all know, dictionaries get manipulated and get changed, and also the word may not mean to you what it means to everybody else. So from my meaning, an event is, this is my understanding of event from a sort of naive standpoint, if you know what I mean, is something very, very big that affects the globe to a degree. Even though it may be targeted in one area, it has an overall effect on the globe or human consciousness, or the way the pattern of the earth goes, nature, whatever, I don't know. But that would be my sort of understanding of the word event. So event to me would mean that, whether that's man-made or made by nature, or actually extraterrestrial, we don't know. I just don't know. I wouldn't be able to find it down any further than that, really, because it would do it an injustice. So I was thinking about cars going off the road. What would make everybody have accidents? And it would be like a consciousness thing. And then these things start stringing together. And, you know, you get, you know what it's like. You guys are getting amazing synchronicities at the moment. That's what I'm hearing through YouTube. Is my only form of communication really with the outside world at the moment. I do have Facebook Messenger for old friends that were on my Facebook before I shut it down. I kept the messenger open just to keep a line of contact, you know. But apart from that, you know, this is our only form of contact, really. But it seems to be that synchronicities are off the scale, and that's been the way for me too. And you know, things are connecting, boom, 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 and everything. You know, part of the synchronicities is everything comes to you at the right time, the right information. It could be someone walking past you who says a couple of words, a sentence, and the next person that walks the other way finishes it off. It's ever so weird, but part of that is, as it was, things fell into place, and part of that was that 8% of our DNA is constructed by virus. The part that, so this is the part that's constructed by the virus. This is all scientific, by the way. I mean, if I had social media, I'd share the papers or whatever, but the papers were shown to me. Part of the 8% of our DNA that there's actually the virus is part of, if you know what I mean, 8% of our DNA is made up by virus, whether that be extraterrestrial or whatever. Most viruses are extraterrestrial, I think. But most of it is to do with consciousness, and particularly elongated consciousness, you know, your long-term memory. Those facilities were given to us by viruses, which is really, you know, this is I'm starting to think, whoa, hang on a minute, what are we talking about here? And then I'm thinking, well, if there is a virus going around and there's funny things going on with the planet anyway, and people are seeing strange lights in the sky, and you know, we've had Oumuamua go past a couple of years ago, which my good friend Thomas Sheridan knows way more about all that than I do, and he was the one who sort of put me onto that, so check his videos out. But then also you've got this new comet that's coming along in an electromagnetic pulse that's around it. So we're talking electromagnetism now, you know, which affects, there's a great deal to do with us, with our way we navigate. You know, we've always done it through, you know, all wildlife has done it through electromagnetism. You know, particularly birds, say for instance, and you just have a sense that you're going in the right direction, sort of thing. And that's why it's getting weird with the traffic thing. So the electromagnetic size of the outside of this comet and what it's affecting is about the size of half the sun. So this is no small deal. And when I had this insight, part of it was that it was told to me, whatever, not spoken, it just comes in your head, that it would be the first sign that the average common person like myself would have that this event is happening. The first sign is that car accidents. So if you're in the developed world, there's going to be people going off the road, or maybe having accidents, or just going crazy and wanting to ram. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to knit it into any particular format at this stage. I'd rather just leave it open with what the insight I had. And part of that opening up was that there will be people who will know. So obviously that would be, you know, your likes of probably NASA and many other organisations, maybe people who are in you know, positions of power. They would have a forewarning of it because of the equipment and things that they can scan these things, anything with. So or they may just know that there's a pole shift within the Earth's rotating a slightly different, off balance because of any sort of other force that's sort of making it go funny. So yeah, that it is very significant because it comes from the same source and the same undeniable, like, yep, yeah, okay, you know, that sort of knowing that some of the other insights I've had, which I can prove, I had before events happen, and then I've taken photographs of the event, and it's things I could have never known in a million years, things I would have never had access to, rooms I would have never had access to in my life. Not even some very high up people didn't even have access with key cards, yet I already knew. So there was like, it was from that source, if you know what I mean. So it's quite a reliable source, because you get loads of junk going around in your head, obviously, but seems like 3 o'clock in the morning is when it really comes to you. And I got so much more to say on all this stuff of these synchronicities that have been coming to me lately, and really I'm in the hands of. It'd be nice to have a few insights from everybody else, you know, because the only thing I can do really is read the few comments I get and see what other people think. And because of my lack of social media, I'm just literally on my own. I think I was supposed to be that way, by the way. I think I'm supposed to be a loner, you know, independent. Not even my family speaks about all this stuff. We don't talk about it. It's just me. I go, oh, I'm going off to do a video or something, and then I sit there and upload it on the night, and that's it. That's as far as it goes. And it's the same with all my family, and you know, there's a few of my friends who are open to things, and I share stuff with them occasionally, or they just find it anyway. But this is like an organic channel, if you know what I mean. That's the way I want to keep it. I want to keep it so that whoever say watch this, it would be an urge, or the fact that they really wanted to listen to, or the synchronicities themselves knit you to this, a part of this video. You may listen to all the rest and think, oh, what a load of junk. Trying to think of a nice word. What a load of junk. And you know, there may be one little sentence in there that sends your mind racing in another direction, and then you'd have something else to add for yourself, for your own personal life. But yeah, I think that was worth going into a bit deeper, because it only come to me that night, you know, before the video where I mentioned that. I think it was Insight's video. It come to me the night before, so it's very recent. And it's like when you start going deeper and longer and stepping back with your mind, you start seeing a bigger picture. So yeah, have a little think on that, and see if any of you got anything to add, or there's any insights that's come to you that knits in with this the same, or anything you can share, any links you can share with me that you think would be really useful. You know, I can't sit down and watch all links. I literally can't sit down and watch anything. But if I do, just remember, just like you guys watching this, if I do, it means that that was the one that I was supposed to watch, or whatever. You know, I just leave it up to urges in a way, up to my consciousness itself, sort of guiding me down a path. Anyway, yeah, I better get back and upload this one. It probably won't. Oh yeah, it's oh god, it's, what date is it? What day is it? I haven't got a clue. It's night time. It's probably about 8 at night on the, well, I done one yesterday, so this is probably like the 20th or something like that. I'll have to have a look and mention it in the video next time anyway. Bye.